It's August in a freshwater lake in Nicaragua. The first thing you feel after you're pushed from the warmth of your mother is the water around you as your body adjusts. Then you start to sense there are others around you. Shortly after you're pushed out, a sibling arrives. Your kind can have between 1 and 13 pups per birth, so a sibling isn't uncommon. You look around for mom, but she's already swum away. You're on your own, kid. You are a bull shark, although the locals here are going to call you a Lake Nicaragua shark, and your cousin in Africa will be called a Zambezi shark or a Zambi to his friends. Your mom has left you and your sibling to fend for yourselves. What a caring mother. Now, you and the other pups in this nursery are going to have to work out how to hunt and how to avoid being food for someone else. Thankfully, as long as you stay in this little bit of the lake, you should be good. As long as humans don't decide to come fishing, and if you don't get spotted by crocodiles, tiger sharks, or great white sharks. Okay, maybe I spoke too soon. That croc ate your sibling before you could really even meet them. I guess that's why you have siblings. Now you really are on your own in a big wide world that sees you as a snack, and getting caught is even more likely. Once you're bigger, you'll be able to take on these threats alone, but for now, you're vulnerable. So let's start with the basics and work out how to get you to survive into adulthood. First up, food. You're not picky. You're an omnivore, so you will nom whatever comes your way. For now, that's anything smaller than you. Crustaceans, little fish, maybe even the occasional bird that lands on the water. When you're grown up, you'll be able to hunt stingrays, larger fish, other sharks, and even other bull sharks. Yes, that's right. If another shark pisses you off too much, you can just eat them and get rid of the problem. Maybe your cousin should rethink his dumb nickname. Anyway, whilst you're still little, you'll need to learn the bull shark patented bump and bite technique. No, this isn't the latest TikTok trend, but a technique where you literally ram yourself into your prey, bite them, and then repeat. It works best in murky waters, meaning that humans polluting the water actually has some use for you. Just don't breathe it in too much. Usually, you'll do this alone, as with most things in your life, although on occasion, you might team up with another bull shark so you can both get some of a big kill. You're an opportunistic feeder too, meaning if you think you can eat it, you'll go after it. A lot of sharks are like this, and unfortunately for humans, bull sharks are in the top 3 for most likely shark to bite a human, alongside the great white shark and the tiger shark. If you 3 ever teamed up, it would be a real problem for the human race. Problem is, they keep eating babies, which isn't really ideal. Anyway, once you've got the bump and bite down, you'll need to consider how you'll avoid humans and how you'll get a mate. That last one won't be a problem until you're about 15 or so, since you're a male, so there's no rush on that part. Just ignore the fact that in the wild, because of human interference, the average age of a bull shark is 12 to 16 years old, and females aren't ready for kids until they're 18. I don't even want to know what a bull shark existential crisis looks like. After a while, you're able to leave that little lake and explore the deep blue sea. Whilst you can live in freshwater areas, your liver needs to be able to keep up with that, and your blood needs a certain level of salt. How do I know shark blood is salty? Don't think about it. Anyway, you need to move away towards warmer waters, otherwise you'll get too cold and die. You could head to Brazil or Australia or even Florida. There is, of course, always another option. See, it's not really fun to spend your life in the ocean, always fighting for survival, struggling to find mates. You could always throw in the towel and go to a zoo or an aquarium. Humans are kind of aware that they suck, and they know you guys suck at mating, so they make these places where you're kept nice and warm, fed well, and never want for anything. Sounds good, right? Wrong. These sharks are weak. You aren't weak, you're strong. Show them you don't need a stupid zoo with their stupid food and their stupid... Oh, is that a Bellini? Don't mind if I do. Oh yeah, that's good. Don't go to the zoo. Right, now that you've picked the correct option and you're choosing to be an independent shark who don't need no zoo, you can strike it alone. So, first up, food. You had that bump and bite thing down on the little fish. Let's find some bigger fish in murkier water. That seems like a pretty good spot to... Nope, oh no, that is straight up pollution. No, not that way. You'll swim straight into human fishing nets that way. There's clear, open water that way. Okay, you're away from them. We should be... Maybe not. So as it turns out, bull sharks are incredibly territorial animals who don't really like a young upstart just waltzing into their home for no good reason, or no good reason that they can see. Best to avoid other sharks unless it's for mating or sharing a kill together. Maybe it would just be better to swim back towards freshwater areas. You might need to come out to the sea every so often, but there's gotta be less sharks there, right? Right! But there are more humans who have apparently decided that this mangrove area isn't actually a scientifically important area for bull sharks to reproduce. Oh no, it would be put to much better use as a farm. Don't give me that look. I never said they were right. Oh, come on, and now they're littering around here too? Hey, don't show that to the camera. We haven't got a brand deal with them. Deforestation isn't the only form of habitat loss a species can experience, as we've just seen. It's not all terrible though, right? Yeah, humans are killing just about everything in exchange for getting some extra food on the table, but they're also in your domain. Maybe it's time to show them a lesson. After all, humans aren't exactly known for their ability to breathe underwater, and with a bite force of 1,300 psi, that's enough to break an arm. Then we'll show them who's the snack. It took some time, but you eventually got used to hunting in the sea. Now that you've done that and you're officially 15, it's time to find a mate. This sounds easy, right? Just find another one of your species and meet you, make a baby, and be done with it. Not quite. See, whilst you're not yet endangered, numbers are on the decline and fast. So mating is even more important now, which is a fun job at least. The not so fun job is swimming around until you find a mate. There might be plenty of fish in the sea, but not sharks. When you do eventually find a mate, the process is simple. You just, and then biting her on the tail and then leaving her with scratches and... Got all that? Me neither. In all honesty, humans have tried to work out how you guys do the do. We've seen females with bite marks and scratches, but we won't be making any adult films about bull sharks anytime soon. What happens after she gets pregnant? Well, she'll be pregnant for a year before giving birth in a nursery before leaving her children to fend for themselves until they're adults. Won't that traumatize them? I don't know, your mom did it to you and you turned out fine. Anyway, go find a mate. Several males and several liters of pups later, you're starting to get a bit gray at the gills. It's coming up on 16 years, so you've had a pretty good run. Although those prissies in the aquarium would call you middle-aged since some of them can live until they're 30 or so. Still, for a tough, wild shark, you've done well. You've even managed to avoid most human interference, which is a miracle. Soon you can drift to the bottom of the ocean and shuffle off this mortal coil peacefully, maybe even in your sleep. Well, that's what you think anyway. Sorry, buddy. Before you can ask me what I mean, you realize you've swum into a fishing net. You turn around to get out, but you can't. You're trapped. You're soon reeled up onto the boat they were using. You're not a supersized shark, which they'd prefer, but that doesn't matter. You're one of many that they've caught. What do they even want you for? Well, you might be an apex predator, but humans could also be considered apex predators. They throw you onto their boat, sizing you up and preparing to divvy you up at the market. Your oils might be made used for medicine, your meat and fins will be eaten, and your teeth can be made into trinkets and accessories. It's not a glamorous end, or a happy one. At least, you have your dignity. Though, you were a good shark, and you never took the easy way out of going into an aquarium. What do you mean the aquarium sharks are getting massages at 8:30?